We all know how crucial it is that when a member joins a gym, they really have to be integrated correctly. It's important that they have a good onboarding process, and it's especially important that their first 3 months within the gym, we're able to address any concerns that they have, answer any of their questions, and make sure that they develop a sense of consistency, adding in coming to our CrossFit affiliate as part of their weekly routine. There's a couple things that are missed that can really be beneficial tools, 2 things specifically, to help us improve that initial onboarding process, both during the client's initial foundational program, launchpad, whatever you call it, and once they transition into group class and begin their first 90 days officially as a member at the gym. Now, before I get into these 2 tools, the main thing I want to say is this: we focus too much on the methodology, what it is, why we do CrossFit, why it's for everyone, what nutrition approaches we recommend, different things like that. And it's not that that's wrong, but we're telling them too much about what our features are and what CrossFit is, instead of developing a connection with the athlete, figuring out what their specific problems are, if they're the right fit for our community, and then how we can help them progress through and have a successful journey. Because ideally, when someone joins the gym, it's not just for a couple months, it's for a lifetime, and they're part of your community. So we're gonna address that problem of focusing too much on the methodology and talk about the 2 things that you're not utilizing to improve your athlete's new onboarding journey. So, first problem, addressing the methodology focus. CrossFit is great, and as coaches and affiliate owners, we focus so much on the methodology of what CrossFit is and why we love it. But ultimately, for someone that might be new to our affiliate or even has done CrossFit before, it's very much likely that they don't care about it. What we want to be able to address when someone joins an affiliate is this: focus on the person in front of you. I want to know as much as I possibly can about the challenges that they face and about the issues that they've had in the past, whatever they might be, as far as have they not been consistent, have they yo-yoed in weight, have they tried CrossFit before and been injured, what is their specific problem? And I just want to lead with question after question after question. If I make it methodology focused, I make it about me. And the onboarding process is about them, not me. So one of the easiest things we can do is just, again, focus on the person in front of you. Sure, I want to teach them the 9 foundational movements or whatever is in my onboarding process, but it's not going to happen in a day, week, month, or even a year. And ultimately, the question becomes, if I'm here to serve my community, what should I do to make sure I can do that to the best of my capabilities? And in this case, in my opinion, it's going to be, at first, getting to know the new person in the gym, connecting with them, and making sure I understand the challenges they face. Because if I don't address those challenges, it doesn't matter how good of a methodology CrossFit is. If they have a problem with consistency and I don't somehow help them figure that out, they're not going to be able to come in and do CrossFit. If I don't ask them about previous injuries and I'm not really aware of what's going on with them, and maybe I can see limitations as they move, but I don't know what caused it, they might start to have a tweak and then not be interested in coming back. Or if they're a brand new member to the gym and they haven't really done CrossFit before or worked out in general, maybe they don't really know what soreness should feel like, or if that's a good or a bad thing. And if I don't figure out the types of fears that they have, the frustrations that they have, the challenges that they face, and the goals that they have, I am not going to do a good job at making sure they stay at the gym longer, so myself and my fellow coaches and community can actually help change their life. So that leads us to our 2 tools that are underutilized when people are being onboarded and introduced into our CrossFit community. The first tool that is not utilized is knowing the target market within your gym. What is your gym's niche? I've said this a lot. If we were opening up an affiliate in like 2005 to 2010, you're a niche. Currently now, CrossFit gyms are not a niche. If you Google CrossFit gyms near me, there's a lot. If I was to go back 10, 15 years ago and I Googled CrossFit gyms near me, there might only be 1 or 2. So what does this mean for us as CrossFit coaches or affiliate owners? It means that when we're bringing people into the gym and we're speaking to them, we have to be aware that even though CrossFit as a methodology is for everyone, we cannot market and talk about our gym in that way. It doesn't mean that you won't get members that aren't part of your niche, and you will be able to help them if they come in, but ultimately, you got to keep the gym doors open. If you close, you cannot help the community. If you are financially unstable, you cannot help the community. Now, obviously, other factors come into play there, but The number of members you have matters, and how much they like and enjoy coming to your gym and making it part of their life matters. So knowing your target market, your specific niche within the gym, is extremely important. This means that the tool is a simple survey. Knowing in the language of your customer what their goals are, what their challenges are, what their interests are, and so on. This is one of the walls that we use in our box method at 711 for media. And, right, box, haha, CrossFit gym, CrossFit box. And it's knowing your target market. If I have a member that comes in and I have sent out this survey and I've had a bunch of responses and I've been able to figure out what types of phrases and languages used most common by gym goers at our facility, then I know the types of words that they use when they're talking about goals, challenges, or interests. Maybe they're using the word consistency and longevity a lot. Or maybe I have a gym that's a little bit younger of a crowd and they're using words like performance and competition or challenge. And then when I go back to maybe my demographic that might be a little bit older, maybe their challenges relate to consistency, time, busy schedule, work, where the younger crowd might not have those same type of challenges. But I know through the language that they use what types of things that they're going to encounter. So why is this important? Someone comes into the gym, they want to go through the onboarding process, and I start to hear them use those words, and I can identify what is likely to be the case for their goals, their challenges, and then it leads me to ask better questions to get to know them better. Again, I'm making it about them, our main point number one. So when I start to use and utilize this target market research, I can have better conversations around figuring out if they're the right fit for me and this community, and also what is likely going to be some of the goals and challenges that they set, and how can I best start to accumulate resources that I want to give them. Delivering a group class is not your only resource for your community. Think of your gym as this giant library of resources. Got a lot of books up in this library. It's a group class, it's nutrition coaching, it's workshops, and it also needs to be media content. If I have someone come into the gym and all I hand them is the book on group class, here's a group class, here's a group class, here's a group class, what if that's not the resource that they need at this time? What if it's not the resource that's going to help them improve? It is the resource that might be the most used, and that's a great thing because the group class is powerful, but maybe they need an appropriate workshop or a one-on-one session to talk with a coach, whether it's personal training or goal setting. Maybe they need some lifestyle work. Maybe we need to consider adding to resources to our gym. Maybe we need a dietitian in our gym. Maybe we need a physical therapist. Maybe we need a chiropractor. But how am I supposed to know that unless I know the language of my target market and niche within my gym? So that is why this is a tool that is dramatically underutilized. It's not presented on social media, and it's something that will totally change the way that you think about your affiliate, the way that you speak to people, the way that you connect with people, and the way that you grow your community. So let's start using this target market research survey. If you guys want, comment below, and I'll be able to send you a direct link to the survey that I use with gyms that I work with when we're starting to collect target market research. So again, comment below, just comment the word survey and I'll send it your way. Now the second tool that isn't utilized, let's dive into in a second. Shameless plug, don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm here to give as much content as I can to help affiliates grow and help our local communities so that way we're not unhealthy. Back to tool number two that's underutilized. So I mentioned the library before, and we have these resources, right? Group class is a resource that's delivered in person. Workshops are a resource that's delivered most of the time in person. Sometimes they're virtual. And then when we talk about an online resource, we usually think about things like Instagram, Facebook, but those things rely on recency most of the time. And also, again, if you don't know, going back to tool number one, your target market research, one of the questions we ask is, what's the way that you love to consume social media? If I'm posting everything on Facebook and my community is not on Facebook a lot, they're just gonna miss it. They're not gonna utilize it. And even if they have a Facebook and join my community page, are they ever gonna look at it? Maybe, maybe not. So going back to the tool that is second most underutilized is going to be something that even if people don't use it that often, is still going to be beneficial if we can emotionally link it to their goals, challenges, and interests, and that is YouTube. YouTube is an underutilized resource by almost every CrossFit affiliate that I know, and the wonderful thing about YouTube is it's evergreen, meaning it's always there. It doesn't matter if you have a video from 5 years ago and you're a 10-year affiliate. You'll be able to send someone a YouTube link from 5 years ago that might still be relevant to them, and it will help them potentially set a goal, resolve a challenge, or find an interest, or how they can further pursue their passion around that interest. So this is why this is important. These two tools of YouTube and target market research blend so well together, because if I know the niche of my gym and I know the language that they use around goals, challenges, maybe frequently asked questions, things they're concerned about or uncertain of, I can make long form content for that and then chop it up to fit on my Instagram, on my Facebook. But if I'm in a one-on-one session onboarding an athlete, or I'm talking to an athlete in group class and they mention to me that they're having some challenges with their sleep, or they want to get after some different things for nutrition, or I want to be able to improve how I do a certain movement. Well, ideally, we've made a YouTube video for that, especially if enough people have brought up a similar question. And I get to speak with that member in person and connect with them and address concerns or help them answer questions. But then I easily get to follow up and send, hey, here's a YouTube link that also further answers your question, and it gives me a follow-up point later. Too often in class, it's we're gonna talk about it, we're both gonna feel good, but no tactical action is actually gonna happen to make a difference. However, if I send a YouTube video as a follow-up, I can ask questions, they can see if they're making progress on it. I can say, hey, did you watch the YouTube video? How did you feel about what our gym's philosophy is on helping you handle some of your consistency challenges a little bit better, and setting a better work schedule with your kids going to school and when they're in sports and when you can come to the gym, or how you might have to start coming to the gym earlier in the morning to make sure you stay consistent. How do we adopt that new challenge? So it starts more conversation. Just as a side tangent benefit, if you're a coach, it might be able to be a way where you start to gain more one-on-one income, and that way you can continue to work at the gym that you love because you coach group class, and now you have a nutrition client or a personal training client that supplements their group class with personal training. The point is, YouTube is an underutilized resource where you can send and follow up and create more conversation, and the person knows that you care about them because you're following up and you're sending them resources. So YouTube is going to be something that your gym has to start. Shorts are great, they're wonderful, they're a way you can get more people to have eyeballs in your gym. But again, ultimately, when it comes to engaging on social media, it doesn't matter views, comments, and likes. What matters is that our members are utilizing that resource for themselves, and that the people in our local community can find that resource so that way they can come in person to our gym. So affiliate owners out there and coaches, again, my suggestion to you guys is to ditch the conversations about the methodology when you're onboarding new people into your gym during those first 90 days. It is going to be extremely important to ditch that because, again, we're making it about us and it's about them. We want to be able to connect and ask questions that generate more conversation to develop trust so that way they can be in the gym and not only have a great onboarding experience, but stay consistent to hit that 3-month mark and then ideally stay indefinitely afterwards. And then the two tools that we want to utilize is that target market research survey to figure out what types of language our members are using and what niche fits in our gym, because it's not 2010 anymore. We can't just say we're a CrossFit gym, we help everybody. That is literally just being like, I'm going to go fishing in the middle of the ocean and I have no bait. I hope it works out. And then that second tool is going to be YouTube, utilizing that evergreen video resource so that way we know the types of challenges that our member is going to face throughout their first 90 days and throughout the year as a whole. People are not going to face the same challenges in November as they do in February. And we can plan out the content that we should be delivering to our community in an evergreen way, whether that be through email, text message, or one-on-one coach follow-up. And also it can make it so that during those first 90 days, we make a member feel as comfortable as possible, learning a new thing, challenging themselves, and being a part of our gym and loving adding us into their weekly routine. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment any questions you guys have below. And if you guys are interested in working with 7-11-4 Media to help set up a foundational base to grow and inform your CrossFit community, you can go ahead and click the link below or comment.